Shalom, brothers. Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Barakatham, to all the Akim out there. This is another episode of GMSMythdestroyers. And the myth we destroying today is on baptism. Our assignment was Matthew this week, as all the brothers in GMS all read. Now, a whole bunch of people get this confused. Like in the world, they believe that actually getting baptized is when you dump your head in some water. But that's not the case. That means all your sins are washed away and you're a new person. But these people, they believe that you get baptized and you going to heaven no matter what you do. You could be a faggot, you could be... But the thing is, the Lord mentioned 2 baptisms. He didn't mention just one with water. He mentioned one with fire. Why do people ignore that one? Why don't they dip their head in fire? Well, that's because I wish a whole bunch of you people would dip your head in fire, because it will burn you alive and kill you. But the thing is, it's neither water nor fire. The water is the cleansing agent, which is the word. And the fire is the persecution and tribulation that we gonna go through while we in this word, in which the brothers in this truth, that's what we're going through now. Have you ever heard that saying, if it's if you can't handle the heat, get out the kitchen? We're in the kitchen right now, man.
Or they might say, I've been catching hell, going through hell.
Right. So that's what that's about, that baptism with fire, but we gonna prove it. It's always best to prove things, and we gonna make it all nice and quick like. Got a precept?
No.
Alright, get Psalms.
Psalms 119:9. Wherewithal shall a young man cleanse his way? By taking heed thereto according to thy word.
Right. Wherewithal should a young man cleanse his way? By taking heed to the Lord's word. That's very simple. Really, we should be able to close the book on you off of that scripture, because the man is clear. If you notice anything, well, I can speak for us personally, that when you start getting into this truth, you become a different person. You're not like you used to be. Why? Because you're cleansed from the old way. You're a new man. And nobody likes you anymore. Nobody want to hang with you anymore.
Nah, you're right.
Yep, not if you're right.
If you're doing the same thing they do, then they love you.
Yep, you're doing the same. That's because they not baptized with Yahweh Shai. And they not catching the same hell. They not drinking of that cup. They not bearing the cross that Yahweh Shai bared. They're not drinking of the cup that he drunk from. They can't bear it. And we've seen some guys, they done did some experimenting with the truth, and they couldn't handle that. They couldn't bear that cup, man. So they went and scurried, man, like the little false prophets they were. Like, for example, Patak. He couldn't handle that, man. When he started getting rebuked repeatedly, he just scrammed, man. He just scrammed. Now he on some let's love everybody doctrine. And if them guys, if they sincere, if they don't come out of it, they gonna die right beside Patak, man. Alright?
Yeah, this is Mark 16:16. He that believeth and is baptized shall be saved, but he that believeth not shall be condemned.
Exactly. He that believeth and is baptized. Now, what is part of believing? That's your faith. And what do you show your faith by? Matter of fact, get that in James chapter 2, and you can hold the feed.
Okay.
What do you show your faith by? Right. Like, this stuff is not hard.
Alright.
Like I said, nobody want to bear that cup, man. I had a little cousin, man. He called me, what, a week or two ago. he first tried to experiment with the truth too. Now he got some chick pregnant who he not even really sure about. And he calls me telling me, man, I know I ain't right with the Lord, man. I'm like, you noticed? Well, all I can tell you is try to get right, man. If you know you ain't right, well, then what you waiting on? I was like, it was your choice to fall away the first time. You better seek him 10 times more. And, yeah, man, I got to meet up with you, man. I was like, okay. As well. Then I never heard from him since. Why? Because he just found out he was about to have a baby. That's the only reason he was in the sob story mode. But then when it all became clear and the tribulation fumes came out the way, he was like, I can't bear that cup. I can't do what the actual righteous men of the Lord do. So yeah, this ain't for everybody. Especially no dykes and no faggots, man.
That's right.
The dyke had the nerve to tell me, you ain't been baptized? I was like, okay. No. For what? Dip my head in some water? No, all that matters if I do the work? No, you gotta get baptized. You going to hell. I was like, so where are you going? You gay. I'm going to heaven. I've been baptized. And there's nothing but a bunch of women telling you. And that's why Jake's so jacked up today, because they under the influence of these women, man. Jake know in the back of their head, like, man, I just got through putting my head in this water and I feel the exact same way.
Polluted as tap water.
Yep. They know they feel the exact same way. They know that freak in the church, they still want to pop her. They still want to do the same things that they did before. That's why I said that the word is the cleansing agent, man. Alright, go ahead.
Look through James.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, it says James 2:24. Ye see then how that by works a man is justified, and not by faith only.
Right. And faith is believing. How do you show you believe? By your works. This is how you get justified. That's why the scriptures say, show diligence to make your calling of elect sure. That's it. So baptism is none other than the word. That's all it is.
I still got that in Ephesians.
Alright. And the thing about this camp, the brothers here, what, 23, 24, 20, 21. Then we got some other brothers, 30, 32, and 33. So we're young. Every last single one of us young. All the brothers in the camp. But guess what? We not acting the way that those other people do. They out clubbing. They out doing all types of wickedness. What you think that we was doing before we came into this truth? Yep. We was out doing wickedness, wasting our lives, being a big waste of sperm out there, man.
Mm-hmm. Hanging with 2/3.
Hanging with 2/3. Wanting to experiment. Messing with a whole bunch of hoes. Some of us were chasing hoes. And Jake ain't got a lie. Cause some of the remnants of Jake's hoe chasing come with him while they in the truth. And they gotta work to lead, but it's nothing wrong with that happening to a brother, because we was all in a position like that. The thing is, you have to get rid of it though. Alright? Go ahead.
Alright, this is Philippians 2:15. that ye may be blameless and harmless, the sons of the Most High, without rebuke, in the midst of a crooked and perverse nation, among whom ye shine as lights in the world. Going to what the brother was saying, this how we gotta be now since we're not in the world anymore.
And trust me, we are lights, because everybody looks. Why are they so different? They all want to get up, as Jake say, they want to get up in our Kool-Aid, man. Yep. They want to figure out what's so special and what's so sacred about the brothers. The reason why they can't get in. But, you know, this is something Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah set up. The average 2/3 don't have that, man. Or the average Jake. Alright. We had Ephesians.
Yeah. So I can get back to it.
And then after that we'll get Peter's.
Alright. Ephesians 5:26, it says that he might sanctify and cleanse it with the washing of water by the word.
Yep. With the washing, he might sanctify and cleanse it with the washing of water by the word. It's simple, man. It's simple. It's in there. It's in there. But what do people do? They, matter of fact, get Galatians 1:6 real quick. This is what people do. Mainly the so-called white man. It started with him. Back when we was in slavery, why people so damn dumbfounded and so out of their mind now, man.
Alright, Galatians 1:6. I marvel that ye are soon removed from him that called you into the grace of Yahweh Shah unto another gospel, which is not another, but there be some that trouble you and will pervert the gospel of Yahweh Shah.
Exactly. Which is not another, but they perverting the gospel, man. When they tell you to dump your head in some water. Now I will say this. Some people would do that, but they would also change their life. They would just use that as a symbol. As in, I'm clean now. Just like Pontius Pilate, wicked, demonic ass, when he gave the Lord away into the hands of the Pharisees, he had washed his hands. Yeah. And said, this is innocent blood off my hands. Why? He really did wash his hands. Yeah. Even though the blood is on his hands, because anybody in their right mind wouldn't give innocent blood up. Fuck what they talking about, you know. But the thing is, the point being made is he washed his hands.
If I could add this to prove what this brother's saying, in the ancient world, we did everything in symbols and tokens. We had marks, signs, tokens to represent something else.
Yep. But we also did the baptism. We also was baptized through the word. Yep. Now the water thing, that was just a little symbolization. But Jake takes that today. They don't do anything through the word. They don't even know what the word looks like, man. Because they don't open the Bible. They just hear it from somebody else and follow along with it. They're not man pleasing. They're freaking ass kissing. There's a difference between the two, trust me. Alright, you got one?
Yeah, it's Sirach 24:25. He filleth all things with his wisdoms, as Physon and as tigers in the time of the new fruits, which those are rivers. He maketh the understanding to abound like Euphrates, and as joy in the time of the harvest. So he's making wisdom, the word, like unto water.
That was a beautiful scripture, because That's what a whole bunch of these simpletons don't understand, man. And that's very easy to understand. But Jake don't think for themselves, man. They let everybody else do it. They let the government do the thinking for them. But soon, the government gonna do some critical thinking and put their foot up your asses, man. Because this old friend I had back when I was in the world, he called me. Well, he didn't call me. He texted me yesterday and told me in Oakland, California, they just killed a cop, man. I didn't see that on the news. Y'all seen something about a cop being killed on the news? But he's actually up there in California. He's right there in Oakland. He said it's getting hard because of the riots and protests. Can't really do much down there. And he said they went and killed a cop. So what does that mean? Then he told me, what I've been telling him since I first came to Truth, beginning of at the end of 07, martial law is coming. And that's exactly what he said in the text. He's like, man, they killed a cop, bro. Martial law right around the corner. You're damn right it is. That chip coming right along with it, too. All right. Let's get Peter.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, we done with the baptism of water. That's pretty easy. Now, what is the baptism of fire that the Lord explains?
Alright, 1 Peter 4:12. Beloved, think it not strange concerning the fiery trial. Beloved, think it not strange concerning the fiery trial, which is to try you, as though some strange thing happened unto you. But rejoice inasmuch as you are partakers of Yahweh's sufferings, that when his glory shall be revealed, you may be glad also with exceeding joy.
Right. That's why when the mother of James and John, Zebedee's children,
That was a miss.
That's when she came and asked the Lord, let them be with you. And he said, can you be baptized with what I'm about to be baptized with? So the Lord was baptized with John. So what did he mean by that? Persecution, that fiery trial. Partakers of Christ's sufferings. And that's what we doing today. We're partakers of the Lord's sufferings. Yeah, we're looked down on. We're talked about. Everybody thinks we're crazy. They think we're dangerous. They think we have no sense. But at the same time, they fear us and they don't want to go nowhere near the scriptures when they come to us. But me personally, I like having this nigger repelling aura that the Lord done put on us, you know? It keeps Jake away, man. The 2/3 Jake, man. Like El Tahar said, when you see a nigga coming down the same sidewalk, he walk across the street. He don't even want to be on the same sidewalk with him, man. And he said his dog don't like 2/3, man. So yeah. Nor does it like anybody that's not a Israelite. All right.
This is Sirach 2:5. For gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity.
Acceptable men in the furnace of adversity. That's what makes you acceptable when you endure this. And you know what? A lot of men can't endure this, man. What we doing. They expect the Lord to come as soon as they come into this truth. But I got news for you. You finna put in some work. And you may be doing it for years. Your mind frame is, I don't care how long it take, I'm doing it till death.
Right.
That should be the mind frame. Like, not, I wouldn't be doing this 30 years from now. Like I said, and guess what? I'm going to tell you this right now. More Jakes are getting ready to fall out this truth, man. More Jakes are getting ready to fall out the truth because they cannot bear this cup. They cannot endure it. Matter of fact, Jake squabble over the smallest shit right now. So when this devil, when the devil, the elites, bring this hard shit down on Jakes who's squabbling over small shit and fighting with their brothers, what the fuck you think gonna happen to them? They gonna fold. They gonna fold when that so-called white man come down on them, man. When Esau roll up on them. That's why, like this brother mentions in the streets, you need to get it right now. Before that time come. Don't think you finna get it right when the white man finally come down on you. Which he's already doing that now. But don't think that you finna, oh man, I gotta get right now, man. The chip here, nah. That's it. There's no time for you to get right. You done lost it. You was one of those foolish virgins who spent up all your oil, man. And now you begging for other brothers' oil. And we gonna tell you the same thing that happened in that parable. We ain't got nothing for you, man. Unless you gonna use up mine.
We both be asked out.
Yeah, and we both not getting on the chariot. So guess what? No. Alright, you got something else?
Come. Proverbs 17:3. The finding pot is for silver, and the furnace for gold, but the Most High tried the hearts.
Exactly. And that's self-explanatory. You got one more?
Yeah, Zechariah 13:8. And it shall come to pass that in all the land, said the Most High, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, but the third shall be left therein. And I will bring the third part through the fire, and will refine them as silver is refined, and will try them as gold is tried. They shall call on my name, and I will hear them, and I will say, it is my people, and they shall say, the Most High is my power.
Yeah, refine us. Bring us through the fire, this nuclear destruction. And he said it's going to try us as gold is tried. What do they do with gold? They had to put it in fire. Yep. That's what they do. To smooth it all out. Get it looking good. And make it basically acceptable. Because it's basically useless if you just get it, you know. You have to refine it.
Get it polished.
So that's basically what that baptism was. So the baptism of water is the word. The second goes right along with the word. Once you get into the word, you catch all types of hell and persecution. You got camp issues. You got the assignments. You got your own fucked up life. You got all types of things that you're dealing with. Then you got your own problems. Demons trying to mess with you. So, yeah, we all, go through the same thing, basically. And if we don't have that same exact problem, we know that everybody's catching hell. We know that. Alright, and with that was another episode of Myth Destroyers. Tune in next time. Awar.
Zahab.
Alright, Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shabbat, Thumb to the Akim, and Shalom.
Shalom.